Hey, what's going on, diecast collectors? So this video is by popular request here. We have the Matchbox Cadillac. Is this a Deville or an Eldorado? It is a sedan Deville from Matchbox. Another Matchbox Cadillac. This is the Escalade. It's kind of hard to see. In black. They do have the new Escalade that should be hitting pegs very soon. I look forward to getting that one because it looks like a nice one. Another Matchbox Cadillac tooling. The hearse. They also have a Fleetwood. This is a 63 hearse. They have a Fleetwood, which right now can be found. It's a 9-pack exclusive. And it's like a gunmetal gray color. That one I do not have. However, I do have the green light version of it. So it's basically the same car. But it's a lot smaller and it's a lot less detailed. The green light here is a very nice casting. You have transparent lens headlights. It does have an opening hood. The detailed engine. It's been out in black many times, gloss black and satin black. And also it's been out in pink a few times. But for this video, I figured I'd bring out the blue one. The only Johnny Lightning Cadillac tooling that I have, and I forgot that I had it the last time I made this video when it didn't get posted. But essentially this is the same Escalade as the Matchbox. But being a Johnny Lightning, it has quite a bit more detail. That's a pretty cool little car. Nice roof rack. This is from the Poker series. But I do like that the King is very, very subtle. It's only on the hood. There is nothing else anywhere else on it other than that green felt interior. But it's pretty tough to notice on the hood there if you're not looking at it. So I do like this tooling. It's metal on metal, rubber tires. It's pretty heavy. So there's that one. This is probably a pretty popular one here. What year is this one? 1959. Pretty sure this one is an Eldorado. This is M2. This has been out many times as well. It's been out in blue. It's been out in this color with the pink top. It's been out in this color with the white top, which is what you see here, obviously. This one also appears to have transparent lensed headlights. It's one of the few M2 cars that I kept when I sold my M2 collection off. And I actually do like this one quite a bit. Great big fins in the back. With the bullet taillights. It's a nice job of detail by M2. Really big two-door car. But I think Johnny Lightning, they have a convertible version of this car. But it's about half the size. And it's not very desirable for me. It's not, to me, desirable at all, which is why I don't have it. A really nice Hot Wheels Cadillac. Another hearse, this one from the 100% series. This is the Voodoo hearse with the black vinyl top. And they've detailed it such that it actually looks like vinyl. It's probably the it's probably the nicest replicated vinyl top that I've seen in 1:64 scale. Because it actually really does look like vinyl. But it's not. It's plastic, I think. Really nice detail on this car, though. This is a Hot Wheels 100%, which the 100% cars are probably the nicest detailed cars that Hot Wheels has ever put out. And this was in the Voodoo, I think it was the Voodoo Highway 3-pack. Came with a 1970 Chevy Monte Carlo lowrider. And then it came with another custom Tucker torpedo or something like that. This Triclops. It was a horrible, horrible car. But this one here is nice. And this is massive too. Like, this is a massive casting. It is, I'm pretty sure it's just as long, if not longer, than the M2. Yeah, it's longer. It's quite a bit longer, actually. If you look at the back there, they're lined up. The Hot Wheels is noticeably longer. And that M2, for those of you that have this car and have seen it in person, it's a massive car. So it goes to show you how big this Hot Wheels hearse is. To compare it with the Matchbox hearse, which this car pretty much for the most part fills a 3-inch blister. And the Hot Wheels dwarfs it. So it is a huge casting. It's a very heavy casting because it's metal on metal. Rubber tires, very heavy. So that's an awesome Cadillac there. And now we get to, well, I'll do this one and then we'll get to my favorites. This is a 1:64 scale Jada. This was before Jada got stupid with their size. Now everything they do is like 1:58 or 1:55. This is actually a 1:64 scale car. And this one, I can never tell if it's, yeah, this is a Fleetwood. I can never tell if it's an Eldorado or a Deville. But this one here is a Fleetwood. This is from the Jada Homie Rollers series, so it came with a couple of the homies. Which, if you're wondering, the homies are... This is a homie here. Now, the crazy thing is, the homies that came with it were about that size. I think they were a little bit smaller, but they were way too big to scale for the car. But the car it's a really nice little casting for Jada. So, Jada has done some nice stuff in the past. For me, it's always just a matter of the scale, because the detail of their stuff always seems to be decent enough. And this one is a metal body, metal base, rubber tires with tread. It's a nice roller. It's like a... Is that a black? Oh yeah, it is. I always thought it was blue for some reason, but it is. It's a nice metallic black color. And another cool thing about this one is it has that really big plush Cadillac interior. I had a 2003 Deville that had that, and it was hands down the most comfortable car I've ever owned. And it was a very fast car too. People don't realize how fast those Cadillacs are. Alright, so these last three are my three favorite in no particular order. This is the newest addition to my collection. This is from the Ravel lowriders. The Cadillacs and the S10s seem to be the hardest ones to find, and the 82 Regals. And they seem to sell for the most. But I got lucky with this one. I got a deal on it locally. And it's a very nice little casting. So it has the replicated 100-spoke Daytons in chrome. It's the... Well, it's not the... It's one of three here that have transparent lensed headlights. And it's one of the few Ravel lowrider cars that has transparent lensed headlights. It does have articulating axles, which I'm not going to demonstrate in this video. It has a textured simulated vinyl top. It has all of the pinstriping graphics on it. And nicely detailed brake lights with a California license plate. And that's probably the most valuable Cadillac out of all of these, as far as if you were to go online to try to buy these. That one's going to set you back between 20 and 30. You might get lucky and find one loose for less. But I think in 10 years, these last two are going to be the most expensive. So we'll start with this one. You guys know where I'm going with this. These are Auto World cars. And right here we have the Eldorado in black. These Auto World cars are just simply amazing. These are true to scale, 1/64. So they are proportioned correctly. They are stanced correctly. Even the rims are scale accurate, which is why a lot of their rims don't look that good and they don't look that detailed. It's because they're going for scale accuracy. And these Cadillacs are just amazing. They're very hard to find. They always are the first ones gone when they are put out on the pegs. The only ones that might sell faster are the wagons. But the Cadillacs, I think, are harder to find than even the Roadrunners. So, sorry that I went with black. I know it doesn't show up too well on camera, but my cream colored and my maroon colored Eldorados are somewhere in that box. And that box, I just didn't feel like digging through it because, I mean, that thing is chock full of Auto World cars. There's over 100 of them in there. So I just grabbed the first Deville and the first Eldorado that I found. And it just so happened to be this black Eldorado and this awesome Toys R Us exclusive silver Deville. And I'm lucky I actually have two of these. Not sure if that's if the Toys R Us thing is gonna add any value to it or not. I don't think it will. I think at the end of the day, the only thing that's gonna matter is the overall production run and how hard they are to find. Supply and demand is always gonna drive the value of diecast, just like everything else. So, but this Deville right here, regardless of which color, it's been out in cream, it's been out in black, blue, teal, the silver color. I think I have all of them. But where I'm going with that is, it doesn't matter which one. You can take your pick. It is the nicest Cadillac in the scale. And that is, you know, when you're talking about Greenlight, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Johnny Lightning, M2, I don't care what brand, this one here, to me, is hands down the nicest tooling. And in my opinion, the second nicest tooling is its Auto World counterpart, the Eldorado. Yes, these other toolings are okay. The Greenlight one is nice. The Ravel is nice. The M2 is nice. But I don't think that they are quite as nice as these. So there you have it. One was from the earlier video. Just trying to fool around with the layout here. Anyways, to recap, we have the Auto World Deville. We have the M2. I'm pretty sure that's an Eldorado. We have the Auto World Eldorado. We have the Ravel Coupe Deville. We have the Jada Fleetwood. We have the Greenlight Fleetwood. The Hot Wheels Hearse. And then we've got a couple of Escalades. And a couple more Matchboxes. So there you go. Not Matchbox. Hot Wheels in the main line, they have done the 16 and the El Mirage. So they seem to focus more on the concept cars. As far as licensed models go, I don't know. I know that they have that new, what is it, like a CTS racing car. And I know Matchbox does a really nice CTS too. And I have a couple of those as well that I didn't feel like digging out. But there are some other mainline castings. Hot Wheels has some old ones too. Like they have that old I think it was a Deville where it had the spare tire molded into the trunk. So there are a lot of Cadillac castings that you can get. But for me, I mainly collect only premium detailed stuff. I do buy certain Hot Wheels and certain Matchbox cars. With Matchbox, I buy pretty much civilian license models. And with Hot Wheels, I'm very particular. Cadillacs are not cars that I buy from Hot Wheels. Unless I find something like that, that's going to be about it. But anytime Auto World puts one out, I will try to grab it. Anytime M2 puts a nice one out, I'll try to grab it. They actually haven't put that car out in quite a while. And then anytime I see something like this, just like an oddball one that's pretty nicely detailed, I will grab it if the price is right. With Greenlight, which is the main thing that I collect, I have 2 pink ones, 3 black ones, and this blue one. And then I have a green machine of the Godfather caddy. So I don't need any more of the Greenlight castings. It's not one of those that I'm going to go after every release. So I'm content with what I have. But that's about it. The last thing I'll say, I had the 2003 DTS Deville, and I bought it with 102,000 miles on it. I bought it 2.5 years ago, and I paid $1,900 for it. I drove it for 1.5 years, and then the radiator, one of the hoses busted off, and I didn't feel like fixing it, so I sold it for cheap. But Cadillacs don't necessarily hold their value like as well as what a Honda or a Toyota would. So what I'm saying is you can get a Cadillac that's 10 to 15 years old that runs really good for cheap. And it's a lot of car for what you pay. I mean, that car was fast, it was comfortable, had nice, comfortable plush leather interior. The air conditioning was ice cold. So they are a good value on the secondary market. I would never buy a brand new Cadillac, but I don't think I'd ever buy a brand new car, period. So anyways, there you go. Cadillac 1:64 scale diecast. Leave your thoughts and questions below, and I'll work on putting something together for the next video, and I will holler at you then, and you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully you all found some good diecast this weekend. It wasn't a very good diecast weekend for me. The only stuff that I found was the stuff from last night's meet, which was only 6 cars, I think. But that's okay. Not every week is going to be a good diecast week, and I've had a lot of good diecast weeks lately. So anyways, you all take care. I will holler at you all at the next video.